giving a presentation on reducing natural gas flaring in Nigeria. Routine flaring occurs in associated gas fields where the natural gas is considered a byproduct of the oil extraction process and it's subsequently burned off constantly. In Nigeria, where oil is a primary economic and energy resource, this practice is particularly prevalent as it's cheaper than other methods of handling the gas, such as transportation by pipeline, but it's much costlier for the environment. Additionally, Nigeria already has a low electricity penetration rate, so billions of dollars of energy that is currently flared can be used locally or converted to generate revenue.
The inhalation of pollutants emitted by gas flaring can cause cancer and neurological and reproductive issues. Childhood deformities and sicknesses have been documented, as have hematological diseases such as anemia. Gas flaring in Nigeria is estimated to have produced more greenhouse gas emissions than all other sources in sub-Saharan Africa combined. Flaring depletes biodiversity, particularly in the Niger Delta, which is home to many vulnerable and endangered species. It also increases the risk of fires during drought periods in Nigeria, further altering community structure and biodiversity.
Routine natural gas flaring is, in fact, a major revenue loss for Nigeria. A 2011 study estimated that roughly $2.5 billion of potential revenue are lost every year due to gas flaring. Harnessing this energy, however, will require the implementation of technology for manufacturing, processing, transmitting, as well as other aspects of the natural gas life cycle. Gas can be used for electricity generation as well as the fueling of automobiles.
The federal government has promised several times to harness and market Nigeria's natural gas resources to reduce flaring in 2015. Nigeria promised to reduce greenhouse gas emissions anywhere from 20% to 40% in the time span of 2015 to 2030, along with a reduction in 64 million tons of natural gas flaring. But its initiatives have been short-lived or otherwise without success. Both the Federal Environmental Protection Agency and the Department of Petroleum Resources have failed to enforce anti-flaring policies.